So in this video lesson, there's a given equation of a conic section, and we're asked to find the center and the radius of this conic section. We don't know if this equation is an equation of a circle or an ellipse. So by simply looking by your variables and their numerical coefficient, we can actually determine if the given equation is an equation of a circle or an ellipse. First thing, so if your numerical coefficient under your x is equal to your numerical coefficient in your y, and your operation between your x square and your y square is addition, then the given equation is an equation of a circle. Now, if your numerical coefficient in your x variable, x square, is not equal to your numerical coefficient in your y square, then your operation between your x square and y square is addition, then the given equation is an equation of an ellipse. So since your variable, or I mean your numerical coefficient in your x square is equal to your numerical coefficient in your y square, plus your operation between them is addition, then the given equation is an equation of a circle. So we're asked to find the center and the radius of this circle. So first thing to do is to rewrite this equation by variable. So we separate your x variable to your y variable, or terms with your x variable and your y variable. So rewriting this equation, so that will be x square. So we copy your negative 10x here. So minus 10x, then plus your y square. So we copy your negative 10y here is equal to, so we transfer this positive 25 to another side of your equation, so that will be negative 25. So in solving the center and the radius of this circle, so we're going to use the concept of your completing square. So what is the process? So if we apply your completing square, or the concept of your completing square, so we copy your first term, so that will be your x square. So minus 10, so we copy also your second term, which is negative 10x. So if we divide this negative 10x by 2, so that will be equal to negative 5. So if we take the square root of negative 5, I mean, if we take the square of this negative 5, so that will be equal to 25. We divide this negative 10 by 2, then we take the square of this negative 5, so that will be negative 5 multiplied by negative 5. So both negative value, then that will be equal to a positive value. So therefore, if we divide this negative 10 by 2, then we take the square of this value, the resulting value, that will be your negative 5 square. So that will be a positive 25 here. So if we put a parenthesis, then plus, going to your y variable, so we copy your y square, minus 10y. Same process. So if we divide this negative 10 by 2, that will be negative 5. So negative 5 square is equal to a positive 25. So for us not to violate any rules in math, since we add 25 here, then we add 25 here, we need to add 50 to another side of your equation for us not to violate any rules in mathematics. So that will be negative 25 plus 50. So that will be 25 plus 25. So if we add 25 here and 25 here, so we need to add 50 to another side of your equation. Now, let's simplify. So let's apply the concept now of your special product. So we copy your first variable, which is your x. So whatever your operation here, so we just simply copy this one. So that will be minus. So if we take the square root of this 25, so that will be 5 square plus, we copy your y variable, we copy your operation, that will be minus, we take the square root of this one, so that will be 5 square is equal to negative 25 plus 50, so that will be positive 25. Now, if we follow this one, x minus h square plus your y minus k square is equal to r square. So your h and k here is your center, and your r square here, or if we take the square root of this r square, that will be your radius. So if we going to factor in the resulting equations that we got from your completing square and the concept of your special product, so your center now is equal to your h, so that will be positive from negative to positive. So we assume that x minus 5 is equal to 0. So if we transfer this negative 5 to another side of your equation, so that will be 5. Then y minus 5 is equal to 0. So we assume that your y minus 5 is equal to 0. So if we transfer this negative 5 to another side of your equation, so that will be a positive 5. Now, for your radius, so if we take the square root of 25, so that will be 5. So therefore, the radius and the center for this circle is simply equal to, or the coordinates for your center, I mean, is positive 5 and 5. Positive 5 for your x coordinate, and your 5 here, your second coordinate or your y coordinate for your center, is equal to positive 5 also. Now, for your radius, so that will be a positive 5. Since 25 is a perfect square, so if we take the square root of this 25, so that will be equal to a positive 5. So our final answer for your center is positive 5 and positive 5, and for your radius, that will be equal to a positive 5 also.